Hey everyone, welcome back and let's write some more neat code today. So today let's solve the problem chunk array. Finally, a problem that's not super hard, but we are going to learn a tad bit about JavaScript in this problem. We're given an array and a chunk size, and we basically want to split that array into chunks of this size, and those chunks will be subarrays in the output list. So in this case, the chunk size is 1, so it's pretty straightforward. Each element is going to go in its own subarray, but it gets more interesting when we have only 5 elements, but a chunk size of 3. So the first sublist is going to have 3 elements. The second one is going to have 2 because we don't have 3 more elements left. So it's okay if the last subarray does not equal the chunk size. That's even more explicit in the first example where we only have 1 chunk and it's not equal to the chunk size. There's an edge case where the input array is empty and then the output would also be empty in that case. So not a super crazy problem. To solve it in the most straightforward way that could be applied to most languages is let's declare like an output our result, and then let's just go through each element in the input with an iterator, a pointer I, and keep going while we have not reached the length of the input array. And then we're going to increment our pointer by 1. So we want to be building a subarray. So the first thing we should probably do is declare a subarray. And I'm going to do it with the let keyword because you're going to see I'm going to reassign it so we can't use the const keyword. So here for each element, we want to always push it to the subarray first. So or not I, but the element at index I. But if our subarray ever reaches the length of the chunk size, then we want to basically flush this data into the result. Well, not literally flush it, but append it to the result, which we do with push. So pushing that subarray, and then we can reassign this subarray or clear it to be empty. And there might be a method to empty it as well if you don't want to reassign it, but I think this is straightforward enough. Now, it is possible that the last subarray, remember, is not equal to the chunk size. So I guess we could have an if statement out here to check if the subarray is non-empty. This is not enough, by the way. An empty subarray in JavaScript is actually truthy, so you can't just use this. This is what we could do in Python, but can't do it in JavaScript. You have to say the length is greater than 0, which this will pretty much do. And if it is the case, then we want to push the subarray once again to the result like this, and then we want to return the result. And I would run this code to prove to you that it works, but right now Leetcode is actually having an outage. If you don't believe me, look at this. I'm trying to refresh. I had the other tab open from yesterday, which is why I'm trying to code this up right now. But rest assured that this code is correct. Now, it can be improved. This is quite a lot of code. Why not just split the subarrays in a more straightforward way? So I'm going to declare a result again because I don't want to touch this old code, but I'm just leaving it there so that you can kind of compare it to the current solution. There is a way we can get subarrays in JavaScript like this. So we're going to have the same pointer incrementing until we reach the length of the array, but it's not going to be incremented by 1. We're going to increment by the chunk size because directly in the loop, we're going to get a single chunk every single time. How can we do that? Well, there's an operation or method called slicing an array. It's kind of like getting the subarray in Python. And I'm sure most languages have a similar functionality. So we want to start at the I pointer and we want to go up until, but not including I plus size. So this will get a subarray of size starting from I. And it won't modify this array. It will create a new subarray. And we want to take that subarray and then push it to the result. So it's really that easy. And then out here, we're going to return the result. And this code also works, but I can't run it right now because Leetcode is having an outage. But if you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. If you're preparing for coding interviews, check out neetcode.io. It has a ton of free resources to help you prepare. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.